So today, guys, we're teaching my wife. We just bought her this car several months ago, and just to be safe, so when she goes out and something happens, she knows how to change a tire. She's never done it in her life before. She says, for the girls who do their manicures, to wear latex gloves and have some gloves in the car,
Protect your manicure.
just in case. Alright, so the first step, wife, to change a tire, we're gonna do practice on the rear one right here, is to get the right tools out of the car. Okay, so get the tools out of the car. Okay, get the tools. So the tools are located in the trunk, right? You'll need your. Okay, take that out. That's we're gonna use that to lift the car.
You see?
That's my daughter Mia. She's gonna help mom. You need that to undo the lug nuts on the car to take the tire off. Just pull it out, right?
This,
Alright.
and this, right?
You need that if you lose some tire pressure. That's where your spare is located. You have to undo that.
You wanna hold it?
Yeah, take that whole thing out.
This?
Yeah, take that thing out of the car.
What else?
You got the spare tire. You have to undo that other thing too. Yeah. Watch out, Mika. Mika, видите? Okay. Roll it to the next to the car over here. Okay, you can set it down over here. Not over there because you're gonna put the jack stand over there, but somewhere over here. Yeah. Okay, now the next step is to loosen the lug nuts. Okay, so the next step is to loosen the lug nuts. I showed her how to loosen the first ones if they take a lot of force. A little trick or tip, for if you don't have a lot of strength in your arms, to loosen the lug nuts. That's the next step before we jack up the cars, just to loosen them just enough so you can turn them by hand. Make sure it's in there before you step on it. Okay, my daughter's giving it a go.
That's Mama baby. Push. Jump.
There we go. Does it turn by hand? Okay, do the next one. Okay, we got all the lug nuts loosened. Now the next step is to open the car. Now inside the car you have these grooves on the frame. You can see over here. That's where the jack stand has to line up in the grooves here. So my wife's gonna do that by hand first. Almost there.
I think you did it, no?
Let's check.
Yes?
Can't see. The camera can see, but I can't see. Yeah, pretty much. That's good. Yeah. Okay. So the next step would be to take that piece right there. Yeah. And you also want to put the car and put the e-brake up, just in case, so the car doesn't roll. On one side at least. And
What to do with this?
this piece goes into the hole here. I want to get this out of the way. Mika, you there?
Yeah.
And you just want to start, you want to hold this here and then just turn to get it up. Hold this straight with the car. You hold it with one hand and you turn with the other.
So, before you do it, make sure you're going to the gym. Okay?
Exactly, you keep going. not. This is your stock jack stand, so it's a little tough. But when you're working on the car, you know, you can get a better one. But this one you always have in the car with you, you know, for emergencies. Well, this is an emergency situation. You got nobody but yourself to change the tire.
And my daughter.
And your daughter. And you want to get it just high enough for the tire to go off the ground. You don't really need to go any higher as long as the tire's off the ground. Okay, so we got just enough. That should be good enough, yeah. So the next step is to undo the lug nuts all the way. And yes, it's recommended to leave the bottom one on, so it'll be easier. Because if you take the bottom one off and then the top one's off, the tire can just swing down. So the bottom one you take off the last. Let's get all those lug nuts off. Go, Mia. You got it. Yay, good job. Even she's wearing latex gloves that are a little big on her. Okay, now that we got the lug nuts off, just want to kick the tire a little bit from the top. Okay, and then pull off the tire. Okay, put it on the side. And now you want to put on your spare. Line it up with the... Yes, I know it's a little heavy. There we go. Okay, now you want to put at least one lug nut at the bottom. So that's going to hold the tire better when you do all the other lug nuts. Okay, all the way in by hand. Okay, now you want to go in a star pattern. So you got one here. Yeah, you want to go opposite. So once you finish here, you're going to go here, then here, and then here in a star pattern. So it tightens the tire evenly. Once you get all the lug nuts in by hand, yeah, you can lower the car. So that'll be our next step.
Done.
Okay, we got all by hand. Now the next step is to lower the car. Counterclockwise. It should be easier than raising it up. Other way, baby. Yep. She's a lefty, so it's a little different for her. So once you get it all the way down so you can remove the jack, you can tighten the lug nuts all the way. We lowered the car, but what you notice is the tire doesn't have enough pressure, and we'll worry about that later. But now let's tighten the lug nuts. So again, in a star pattern. Hard as you can, you know, you might want to step on it just the same way you did. So you want to reposition it so you can step on it. Repositioning meaning you can put it this way so it's more comfortable to step on it. Okay. Okay. You don't have to get it too tight. It's not gonna undo itself. So again, in a star pattern, you want to repeat the process. Reposition it so you can step on it if you need to. That's, you know, a trick to undo them really too. Okay, go smooth in the star pattern to the next one, and until you get all of them done. And we're gonna cut it in here until we're finished. Okay, so we have low tire pressure, so I got my wife this kit from AutoZone. It's not like I'm sponsoring this or anything, but this is the one I got from Slime. It has an emergency tire repair kit and an air compressor. So you're gonna undo this, plug it in. So the spare tire usually has an indicator where how much PSI needs to be under. So over here we have 50 PSI max. 60 psi max, so we'll do it to around 50. If we want to plug in our slime master. You see the other hose right here, wifey? Okay, take that out. Undo the valve cap.
This?
Exactly. You want to open this first. This has to be open going in. When you put it all the way in. Oh, no, push it all the way in and then close it.
Like this?
Yes. Close it. Okay, now you can turn on the air compressor and let it run. So we hit about 50 psi and then we're done. That is how you teach your wife to change a tire.